Namaste at home, everybody. It's Ali here. Just so that you know, next Tuesday I'm going to be starting Zoom classes on 6 till 7 p.m. mainly for pregnant women, but you can join in. It's going to be a gentle practice, so designed for pregnancy, but you're welcome to come. So if you want to do that, email me aliwoozley@gmail.com and I can send you the link. And 40% of that, it's low cost, £5 donation. I don't mind if you can't afford it, but if you want to pay £5, and £2 of that I'm going to give to the Bluebell charity, which is the charity for mental well-being in pregnancy and for families who are struggling with their mental health. So I feel good about that. Anyway, today I thought it's raining, so we've been all hot, you know, la la la. Now it's raining, and I just thought we'll just do a little balance practice. So I'm going to go to the mat, the old trusty mat, and just do a little sequence, do a couple of balances on the floor, and then standing up. So let's get going. So come to the floor. So I've got old knees. I put a little rug or a blanket underneath my knees, and I'm going to start to pad the hands forwards of the shoulders, about hand width forward, and then really spread into the fingers, the knees under the hips. You can either tuck the toes or have the tops of the feet flat on the mat. Soften consciously in the elbows, and then just circle around the shoulders and around the hips. So we're just coming into practice. Just let the head go. As always, just soften the space between the eyebrows, keep the teeth lightly separated. Be broad at the base of the neck. So just circling round. If there's anywhere that just feels, oh, that's a bit delicious, just pause and have a little, just stretch into that space, and then take the circles in the other direction. So, you know, it's always, this is just giving you some ideas. So sometimes in my practice, my personal practice, I just like to keep doing this for ages, seeing if there's more places where I can just let go. If you've been sitting a long time, it's really, really nice for your butt. So then come to a still point and draw the belly lightly towards the spine. So come to a flat back, or if you've got a baby here, draw your baby towards the spine, and we'll just stretch out the left leg, tucking the toes, and then lift into the left heel, and just consciously soften the outer left hip more towards the floor. Send the tailbone back towards behind you, toes pointing down towards the floor. So you can stay there. That might be your balance today. Or you might want to lift the right arm. Send the thumb up towards the ceiling and the fingers forwards. See if you can keep the eye gaze towards the mat. And remember to breathe. Without the breath, there is no yoga. So then let's just put that right hand down, put that left foot down. You can give the tail a little wag if you want to give the tail a wag. And then tuck the toes of the right foot, just opening up behind the knee. And then lift into that right heel. So we're pushing that right heel into an imaginary wall behind us, softening in the outer aspect of that right hip. So if I had a cup of tea, I could come and put that on your sacrum and it wouldn't spill. And then just stretching out with the opposite arm. And remembering to breathe. Full smooth inhale, full smooth exhale. Have the neck long and the thumb coming up towards the ceiling. And then let's place that left hand down. Bring the knee down. Let's bring the knees wide and send the tail towards the heels, and just offer the heart towards the floor. Have just a stretch of it all out. Surrendering it all to the earth. You can even make an energetic connection, bring the thumbs together and the index fingers together, kind of grounding that on the earth. Bring the heart and the forehead to the earth. And the big toes together, so we've got a bit of a connection going on, and the elbows reach the earth. That might be too much for you. If you've got a cushion, like I've got these lovely big cushions here made from my mate. You might want to put a cushion there. And you might want to stay there for a while, just softening to planet Earth. And then we'll come back up to all fours, tuck the toes, really spread into the fingers, and we'll lift the sit bones and just have a little flirt with Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, as we come the feet hip width apart, really grounding through the feet, and then feeling that rebound of the earth as we curl up. You can always bring the hands to the thighs if you need a little bit of extra support. So we find our Tadasana, find our mountain pose, and then we'll prepare for our kind of tree pose, our standing pose. So if you need a bit of support with the wall, you can come close to the wall. Just feel what you need this morning, yeah? And let's ground through that right foot. Try and avoid the kind of hip hoiking out to the side. You can bring the hands to the hips, or you can take your support, and we'll just lift the knee and just have a little good morning to the hips there. We might do a bit of a hippie class tomorrow, how about that? And then just find where your balance is. So you might be hand to the wall, you might be toes to the floor, ankle to the heel, lifting the heart. You could bring the hands to the heart in Namastay Mudra, Anjali Mudra. You could raise the arms up, or you could bring the foot to the inner thigh and draw the belly towards the spine and draw the outer hips into the midline. And then make like a tree. So you don't have to be a kind of tall tree, you could be like a wavy tree, like one of the apple trees in the garden, or you could be a tall straight tree. Just feel that earth kind of supporting you, feel that kind of drawing in of the outer thighs into the midline. And then to come out, let's lift that knee, lift the palms face up, inhaling deeply. And as we exhale, send it back to the earth. Just pause for a moment, then ground through that left leg. Bring the hands to the hips or hands to the wall, and take some circles in that right hip, just opening out the right hip, and then finding your balance here. So it might just be here. That's perfect. Toes to the floor, heel to that left ankle, or you might bring the right foot into the midline, drawing the outer hips together, drawing in the lower belly, hands either to the heart or raising your branches. I like to take Chin Mudra, the index finger and thumb together. Soften the shoulders consciously away from the shoulders, shoulders away from the ears, that's what I'm trying to say. And then to come out, let's raise that knee, raise the hands, breathing in deeply, exhaling through the mouth. Big sigh. And let's just finish bringing the legs just slightly wider than shoulder width apart. And we just circle around the tail one way and around the other way. And then heel toeing into the midline, just pausing in your mountain pose in your Tadasana. And say goodbye to you all. So namaste at home, everybody. And see you tomorrow. Ciao for now.